other side of the Arabian Sea, 1 GB cost. Anyone knows what is the price of 1 GB? Because you come to know the value of the shadow when you walk in the sun. Otherwise, we would not be knowing it.
Punjab as a state receive around 800 to 1000 crore rupees, if I'm not wrong with this stat. Huge chunk of money they receive in remittances in a month. And still it takes so long to somebody build a corpus for startup.
While we honor our guest here, I would like to call upon stage our next speakers, Dr. Srinivasan, who is a teacher, a researcher, author, a trainer, speaker and a consultant. He is an expert in strategic management, marketing and director of Jamna Lal Bajaj Institute of Management and Studies, a member of advisory board of the Journal of Business Retail and Marketing Business Management. Wow, amazing. So I can read and keep reading. I would like him to be joined in a conversation with Mr. Rohit Chauhan, who is General Manager, Strategy, Policy and Business Development, Adani Enterprises Limited. Rohit is a senior strategy, public policy and government affairs professional experienced in influencing and leveraging the external stakeholder ecosystem to build impactful relationships. So a huge round of applause for both our speakers. I think this is my first ever experience with 45 speakers and I will forget my own name. So pardon me if I don't take a name correctly. I will not forget your name, Rakesh, because we share a lot of interests. Yeah, thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. So very good afternoon to all of you, and post lunch, since Rakesh was, making it a very buzzing and such a motivational what he has done, and I being from the FO side earlier, I can understand, his passion and, where it comes from. So it was amazing. Coming to the topic, I think what Sahil has asked us to, talk about is in terms of how, startup has a dilemma whether they should work in terms of a local market or they should go global, how their strategy should be and what should they focus on and what should they not focus on, how to clear the air and make things simple, which can be prudent and can be in a calibrated approach, especially because they are in a stage of business cycle which is not that mature, at that point of time. So each decision has got its own ramifications and perhaps the corrective path is more costlier. So I'll start with Dr. Right? Yeah. So such a distinguished fellow speaker here, and he is an academician and also into corporate and a lot of work, written a lot of books. So I'll start and seek his blessings and his viewpoint on the topic. Over to you, please.
Can you say specific or can
I think you can share your perspective first and then perhaps we can.
Very good afternoon. Pleasure of meeting you all, and thanks Punjab Angels Network for inviting me, especially Sahil. What a wonderful day. Since morning, normally academician we speak, but today I could able to got opportunity to listen. Since morning I could able to, today I thought I will make my views different from the earlier. We talk about entrepreneurship everywhere. Today it's talk about entrepreneurship. 96,000 entrepreneurs are there. Almost, if we talk about more than 100 plus, unicorn companies, 108 unicorn companies valued 350 billion. We are expecting another 200 in before 2025. Numbers were splendid. Numbers was amazing. But I would like to ask you the few things. Why entrepreneurship? Country like India, 134 billion, almost 134 crore people. Now 43, in fact the recent figure says 143 crores. Now, keep it aside. I would like to know that. I basically research-based faculty, almost get 12 PhD students and author 10 books. I wish to know from your side, How many people are pure vegetarian? Can you raise your hands? Fantastic. How many people doesn't like ice cream at all? 1, 2, 3. You don't see me because you have to see that, because that is a statistics which gives inferences. This is the real, it may not represent Indian population, but still that gives some idea about entrepreneurship, whether can we, country like India. I wish to know the third. How many people doesn't like chocolate? Can you raise your hands? Sir, I don't like chocolate at all. Irrespective you're black or brown, whatever you name it. Yeah. See? 3, 4 people. How many people doesn't drink at all? In fact, I know people, sir, I don't drink, but I take only wine. I don't drink, I take vodka. No, I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about in general. How many people doesn't drink at all? Fantastic. Now I'll tell you, if you have a smartphone with you, do your Google search. That inferences will give you something very interesting. Very interesting statistics. In India, number of people takes non-veg when you compare with global average. Non-vegetarian, what is the average per capita consumption when you compare with the rest of the world? 143 crores, but see that what is the chocolate business are we doing? Why ice cream business never the way it is expected? The smaller country will have an average per capita consumption 25 liters. In India goes less than 500 ml or maybe less than a kilo in a year. Same thing non-vegetarian if you check.
Yeah.
But in India, we project outside to the world, we are pure vegetarian country. Indian veg. That means people won't take egg also. But when you talk about in the general, out of 10 people in India, 6 people take non-veg, 6 to 7 on an average. But where is our average per capita consumption? Most of the people doesn't take. Even if you talk about, yes, there are certain communities, if they take non-veg or liquor, they don't go to the temple. People take non-veg, but most of the weeks or month or days, some God, we don't. The average per capita consumption is lowest in the world when you compare with rest of the crowd. So how do you like to address this solution? Because morning we talk about somebody's entrepreneurship challenges. I would like to talk about entrepreneurship is also talk about the culture. When I talk about the culture, how we behave.
There are inherent patterns in it, and I think that's the starting point.
Yeah.
So when we talk about the data and like research oriented, you said very good with numbers. So I think there are inherent patterns in whatever we do, and as a civilization, as a culture, as a country, we had got certain patterns, and local demand or demography that we are sitting on currently is humongous. Like I think Mr. Agarwal was mentioning from Policy Bazaar that, or somebody else was mentioning that, we don't compete with anybody.
Exactly. Coming to this, the point what I talk about today is entrepreneurship. Today when I talk about how are you going to challenge this, address these issues, because country like India, the volume we are biggest. In fact, if I tell you, you will get surprised to know. We are the world number 1 and largest selling two-wheeler, world 4th largest in four-wheeler. If we talk about sugar, rice, milk, world number 1. When you talk about pearls, I know that the doll and all, we are second. World largest producer of mango. When you talk about telecom, we are not the largest producer. And if we keep on telling the number, we are the volume driven guy.
So with that, I have a thought in mind. Yesterday I was in an event of Constitution Club of India, which was on India's trade and exports, how sustainable exports can be done and all those things. So I was invited to speak there. And there were very interesting facts came out. There were a lot of ambassadors there who gave their viewpoint. And today also when Sahil inaugurated the fund, I was thinking that, so which clearly mean that there are certain things which MSME sector, we all know has been bleeding. We are seeing. So what my point is, from strategy point of view, from this startup point of view, what's your perspective on how can startup not repeat the same mistake which MSME sector been doing, and how do they go about it that should we solve India's problem, or we should form for scalable solution?
Fantastic. Last week I was there in the chairman's office of Reliance at the Makers Chamber in Mumbai. Reliance chairman, sir. Fortunately, I happened to go to there for some work. When I'm interacting with the people who I come to know, we don't see product, we see the problems first. That is a Reliance vision statement, and most of the world-class decisions are made in this boardroom. That is Mukesh Ambani's statement, and what they are mentioning it, for us product comes second, we try to address the solution, what is the need of the hour, and we try to talk about scalability and speed. Absolutely. For an example, before when the Reliance Jio came into the picture, in the year 2016, India was in the consumption of data 135 in the world. But today, after Jio entered, today we are one of the world's largest data consumption in the world. And when you talk about the price, we talk about lowest price in the world. In fact, Reliance Jio not only disrupted the business. In fact, if you see the Jio, why the brand, it is a replication of oil. Reliance core business was oil. And that if you see the oil, the mirror impact is talk about Jio. And what is Jio? The future of the oil is the data. And how the company could able to do, today if we talk about the other side of the Arabian Sea, 1 GB cost, anyone knows what is the price of 1 GB? Because you come to know the value of the shadow when you walk in the sun, otherwise we will not be knowing it. We talk about US, Canada, what is 1 GB data? Anybody knows? Have everybody made WhatsApp call to your friends in Dubai or Saudi? You can't.
In 50,
the reason is,
50 riyal in Saudi.
Sir, it is 100 riyal, almost close to 2,000 rupees. And what we pay, not even 6 rupees. And today this entire industry is changed. We have to understand that. I will put in the other school of thoughts because I recently trained 1,700 bankers. I always used to say this. Example, tell me how many people can you raise your hands, been to your physically to your bank more than 3 times in last 1 month? If I ask this question, last Saturday I was addressing in Kandimara Taj. Almost 600 people, I am telling you honestly, the same answer what it came there also. Nobody raised the hands. If somebody make the raise by hands mistake, they must be working in bank, or possibility they might be went to the branch for KYC requirement. Because there is some online fraud, you have to go physically.
Absolutely.
Now you tell me genuinely, nobody been to your branch for last 3 months or last 1 month and more than 3 times. What will be the future of the bank? Because the bank means accessibility, reach, that location. Now what will be the future? When I talk about the bank, what do you say? What is your strength of the bank? I know morning I was interacting with somebody who is also a banker. If you talk to any banker, what people will say? Sir, my strength of the bank, 5,000 people, 4,000 ATMs and 40,000 employees. Probably, there are one of the nationalized bank, this is the number. Around 5,000 ATMs, 7,000 branches, 40,000 employees. This is our strength. I said it's a liability. Then you will ask me, how it's become a liability? The branch means 1,200 square feet of the branch, proper location, 2 cash counter, 1 manager, 1 cashier, 2 accountant, and this is the structure. And today that was replaced by your 600 of each mobile. I'll put in another school of thoughts. Can you raise your hands? Anybody is having more than 5,000 rupees cash at present on your packet, except Sahil, because he may be paying bill to them. Anybody, please? Anybody is having 5,000 rupees cash right now in the entire crowd? Hardly 2 people raise their hands. And what is your strength? You are saying ATM machine.
It's the senior ones.
Yeah, ATM machine you say, cash is became irrelevant. Then what is the purpose you are saying that I have 5,000 ATMs? I came from Mumbai to Chandigarh. Hardly I may not have not even 500 rupees. But if you check in my mobile, I might be having few lakhs, no doubt about it. What you like to feel today, this is not my inference. If you want to be in business successful as an entrepreneur, I am coming to your question. If you want to become a successful as an entrepreneur, whether you are MSc or SME, whatever you call it, you should be creative, you should be innovative. Don't ask me, it is not my statement. Schumpeter theory of innovation, he talks about if you do business the way what you do conventionally, today you may be relevant, tomorrow you become irrelevant.
Okay.
Creativity and innovation. What type of creativity and innovation? You see the entire business model itself has changed. Today if you see the company which is there at the top, they were not existing 20 years before. And how those companies could become a world-class company, how they could able to scale it, how they could able to scale it up, how they are come to the innovation part. Disruptive innovation, sometimes we call, Uber may not be disruptive, but still they created a market in that picture. If you want to be there in the business, you have to reinvent your business. The conventional business model, in fact, I am teaching this subject for the last 7 years in IIMs. How to reinvent your business model? Is it necessary to reinvent your business model? Will it be the existing business model will work?
Indeed, what you're saying to make total sense. I think that's what people say, out of the box thinking. Sometimes it becomes only a word if we don't actually understand. And what my takeaway from your point is that, is what's the problem that we are solving? The focus on that.
Last time also I told that. This is a problem. I want to buy a watch. Can you tell me any one Indian brand which is I'm ready to pay 3,000 to 5,000 rupees? I don't want to be Titan. Can you tell me the second and third brand? Tell me. Which one? Okay. Any other brand? I've never heard first time. It's okay. Okay. 140 crore population. I want to buy antiseptic soap. I don't want Amam. Or I don't want the Lifebuoy. I don't want Dettol or... Can you tell me the third brand?
Patanjali maybe?
No. Again, I'll repeat my question again. I want to buy an antiseptic soap.
Okay.
Very specific. I am ready to pay price, but I am fed up with the Lifebuoy, not Dettol or Savlon. Tell me the fourth brand. Is it unethical from my side as a customer? 140 crores, I should have more opportunity, more brands. Tell me which brand, fourth one. Fantastic. Who said Medimix? That is an Ayurvedic soap. It is not antiseptic. Medimix, Amam, these are all comes under Ayurvedic, not antiseptic.
So the point is that
this is the problem what we talk about. Today what we talk about, 140 crore population, if you travel 50 kilometers to different people, religion, culture, don't see it's a problem, there is an opportunity. How are you going to address it? We don't need to go global. In fact, that's what I want to come to the topic what we talk about. Don't talk about the globalization today's scenario. You know why? Earlier days the jargon talks about think global, act local. But today, act local, we can compete global. What does it mean for it? If we want to have a coffee, I should go to Georgia. If I want to buy a vodka, people say Russian. Even if you want to buy a chocolate, Swiss. If I want to buy a watch, people say Swiss. If I want to buy automobile, people say go to Germany. Or if you want to produce best movies, go to Hollywood. Even if you want to buy a good leather, go to Italy. Is it the scenario today? Is it the scenario today? Today you don't require. In fact, it's other way. Even the Hollywood movie comes to country like India, it has to be Dollywood, Mollywood, Sandalwood, Bollywood too. There are 25 woods are there in India. If you don't customize it, you're bound to fail. That's why Walmart struggles. That's why Harley Davidson struggles. That's why you can see all American brands are finding difficult to survive in Indian market. Why? There is a paucity of, the challenges, how do you want to address it? You have to do that. Indian can only understand that. Even that is a challenge. Take it opportunity and try to focus Indian market. Because of technology, your location became irrelevant. I know Zoho, the company, Mr. Weber Sridhar, sitting at Tirunelveli, giving a solution at Canada. Today the technology makes location become irrelevant.
So it's about your grit to do it, your idea, your market segmentation, how you read the demand and how you make sense of the opportunity and the use case that you have to solve the problem. Technology is definitely an enabler to reach your customer, and so it doesn't matter much what's local, what's global. See what you can solve and what is your niche, if I have to pick up from it.
That's what I said. Act local, you can compete global. In fact, one of the participants, and I met them, they said, when you came last time, why didn't you do that exercise again for the entrepreneurs? How many people are entrepreneurs here? Very good number. Can you do one small exercise? I'm going to cheat everybody. Would you like to accept the challenge? Maybe 2 minutes, not more than that. Yeah. Would you like to accept the challenge? Okay, sit straight. No paper, pen, mobile in your hand. थोड़ा सीधा बैठ जाइए, पेपर मोबाइल कुछ नहीं हाथ में, फ्री, and close your eyes, have a normal breathe from your abdomen 3 times, normal, no Baba Ramdev and all, simple. Could you able to see me everybody? And I can able to address it with my normal voice this crowd. I don't use mic. Okay? Can you raise your left hand? Rotate left to right 3 times. Right to left 3 times, right hand, right to left, left to right, both hands put together, right to left, left to right. Kindly put your left hand down and kindly keep right hand at your chin. Exercise got over. My dear gentlemen, This is not a chain, this is chain. So if you are an entrepreneur, my story to you, if you are an entrepreneur, this is not a chain, right? This is chain. Everybody did the mistake. Why you did the mistake? I'll tell you the reason is, yeah, what I would like to say is, you can give claps to this guy, amazing fellow. Out of 500, you will find one exception, it's okay. You know, my suggestion to all the entrepreneurs, when you are growing that time, you will get hundreds of jokers like us. Will deviate you, they talk about scaling up, they give that consulting. Be careful, because entrepreneurship, you are a risk taker. Identify the good people, mentor is required to get handled. Identify the right person and try to make your leadership successful on your entrepreneurship skill. You don't get distracted, don't get for valuation business, do real business. There is a market for money, value for money, money for value. These are all different. You have to be very clear. But India is country as a country focusing on what? Value for meaning. Right? Today it's volume. Try to do the creativity part, innovation part. How I can able to address it in a cheaper way. Right? How can I able to address the mass? That is what the entire world is following. Thank you.
Yeah. So let's solve for India, and we should build for India. We should solve some real life society problems, whether, if not problems, at least what the demand is. So let's close it on that. I think she's waiting. Thank you so much. If anybody has any question, he or she may ask.
Any questions? Appreciated.